Just before this episode, here's how you can get more from Never a Truer Word. If you're listening to this podcast on Spotify, you can subscribe to this channel to get early access to the weekly analysis episodes, video episodes so you can see the statements as I analyse them, and exclusive content too. And if you're here on YouTube, then become a member of the channel to get early access to everything and exclusive content not available anywhere else. Hello and welcome to Never a Truer Word, where we look at the words that people choose to use to see if they're telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I'm Jack. This is Raygun. You might know her from breaking the Olympics. Actually, that is doing breaking at the Olympics, where she represented Australia and then started all sorts of controversies, all sorts of allegations going on about her real motivation for being at the Olympics. And Raygun has released a statement on Instagram, and in it, does she deal with the allegations? What's she really saying? This channel looks at the words that people use, only the words, so I'm not going to look at the body language, even though I think a body language expert would have a field day with some of the things that are going on there. I'm going to look at the words she uses in the statement and break it down to see if we can find out what's really going on with Raygun.
Hi everyone, Raygun here. I just want to start by thanking all the people who have supported me. I really appreciate the positivity, and I'm glad I was able to bring some joy into your lives. That's what I hoped.
So she starts by telling us who she's addressing. That's everyone. Hi, everyone. So this is a message that's intended to everyone. And the first thing she talks about is the support she's had. So she wants to thank all the people who have supported her. She appreciates the positivity and the fact that she brought joy to those people. Why is that the very first thing she mentions in this statement? I think this is social proof. It's the reason restaurants put their TripAdvisor ratings up. It's the reason that movie adverts have reviews saying how good the movie is. The message is, hey, people like me, people like this. If you don't, maybe you're the one in the wrong. So important to her to talk first. Number one thing she mentions is the support she had. So she's setting out an agenda here, which is, look, despite all the controversies, I want you to know that I've had support. So maybe the people that are doing the conspiracy theories and making all the allegations, maybe they're the ones in the wrong. I think that's why she starts talking about the support.
I didn't realise that that would also open the door to so much hate, which has frankly been pretty devastating. Well, I went out there and I had fun. I did take it very seriously. I worked my butt off preparing for the Olympics, and I gave my all, truly.
So she talks there about the hate, and she says, frankly, it's been pretty devastating. Now, has it been devastating? Well, number one, why does she need to tell us that she's being frank about this? Why can't she just be straightforward and say, it's been devastating? She's putting in frankly there to convince us that she's being honest, she's being frank with us here, that it's been devastating. But has it been completely devastating, totally devastating, horribly devastating, or even just devastating? Well, look at the words she uses. It's only been pretty devastating. You know, that's pretty nice. That's pretty rubbish, pretty devastating. It really softens the severity of the devastation there. I don't think it's been that devastating for her whatsoever. She just wants to convince us that, frankly, it's been pretty devastating. She says she went out there and had fun, and I did take it very seriously. The order we mention things in can often be so revealing. So number one, the first thing she mentions is the fun. Secondly, after that is how serious she took it. So I think her priority was going out and having fun. Taking it seriously came in second place. She tells us she worked her butt off preparing for the Olympics. She gave it my all. And then she says, truly. Why does she feel the need to tell us she's being truthful here? Why does she not think that if she just says, I worked really hard, we'll all believe her? Potentially this is deception. And she's saying truly to flag it up as this must be true. If I don't tell people it's true, they might not believe it because it might not be believable. I think that's what's going on there. When someone has the need to tell you that they are being true or they're being honest, you need to wonder, why do they feel the need to say that? Now, in the next part, she's going to talk about the allegations and the misinformation. Or is she? Have a listen.
In regards to the allegations and misinformation floating around, I'd like to ask everyone to please refer to the recent statement made by the AOC, as well as the posts on the Ozbreaking Instagram page, as well as the WDSF Breaking for Gold page.
So she mentions allegations and misinformation, but she doesn't expand on them. She doesn't mention what allegations there are out there, or even the allegations she wants to deal with. And she doesn't say what she thinks is misinformation. Why would she not do that? Why is she wanting to create distance between these allegations and what she's talking about? And although it might sound like she really wants to talk about them and she really wants to deal with them, no, if you want more information on them, you have to go to these other websites that she's got. You're not going to get them in this 2-minute, 20-second statement. She has no time or no desire to actually deal with any of the allegations or knock down any of the misinformation. Look, if the allegations were all false, if there was misinformation out there, why is she not dealing with that in this statement and being very straight and honest with us and saying, this isn't true, this isn't true, that is misinformation? Why is she not doing that? Why is she telling us to go and look elsewhere to find the details of these allegations and this misinformation? It's the same thing for the next part of the statement.
Bit of a fun fact for you. There are actually no points in breaking. If you want to see how the judges thought I compared to my opponents, you can actually see the comparison percentages across the 5 criteria on Olympics.com. All the results are there.
Now, look, she came last in the competition, so I know how she compared to her opponents. She was beaten by them. But again, why would she not just come out and say, here's how I compared to my opponents, here's the percentages, or here's how the judges scored me? And no, instead, once more, she's making us do all the work. I bet if you went onto Olympics.com, the scores would not be very good. She's once more not dealing with bad news, not being honest and straightforward with us. Instead, she looks like she's trying to say something, but the reality is she's saying nothing apart from go elsewhere to find the information.
I'm going to be in Europe for a few weeks for some pre-planned downtime, but I'd really like to ask the press to please stop harassing my family, my friends, the Australian breaking community, and the broader street dance community. Everyone has been through a lot as a result of this, so I ask you to please respect their privacy. I'll be happy to answer more questions on my return to Australia. Thanks, everyone.
I want to know why she had the need to tell us it was pre-planned downtime. I'm going to be in Europe for the next few weeks for some pre-planned downtime. Why they need to tell us it was pre-planned? Potentially it wasn't pre-planned. Potentially she's decided to go to ground for a bit. Europe is the perfect place to do it. It's very far away from Australia. Is that why she wants to say pre-planned downtime? Because look, she could have just said, I'm being in Europe for some downtime. That would have been a nice casual downtime type thing to do. But no, she felt the need to tell us it was pre-planned, by the way. I'm in control of this. I'm Raygun and I'm in control of all of this. It was pre-planned downtime. In no way was it a last minute thought. And then she finishes off by saying, I will be happy to answer more questions on my return to Australia. Answer more questions? I'd love to know which question she actually answered in that statement, because she didn't deal with any of the allegations, any of the misinformation, anything that people are really talking about. 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and she said very little. In conclusion, it's really important for her to show that she has support. I think she's on the back foot here, and I think that what she wants, the main purpose of this statement was to say, I made some people happy, some people are supporting me. I think that is the most important thing to her. That is why she started off with that in this statement. I think the Olympics were a lot of fun to her. This was a fun endeavour. This wasn't about seriously competing to win, because she mentioned fun before she mentioned taking it seriously. I don't think she was well prepared either. Truly, she was well prepared. Truly, you've got to believe me. And look at how she dealt with any of the allegations and any of the misinformation that she spoke about. She did not speak to us about that at all. She diverted away and she said, look, if you want to learn anything about that, or even how I scored in the Olympics, I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to go and do the hard work yourself, creating distance between all the controversy and herself. I think that's what this statement was about. If you like that and if you want more, check out neveratruerword.com. Lots of podcasts, loads more videos. You can sign up for the monthly newsletter as well, and connect on social media too. neveratruerword.com.